I broke it. Look at that. We lost our weapons. Hey everyone, welcome back to Saturday Morning Toy Tunes, the weekly live stream here on my channel in which we gather around the modern day campfires of our iPhone screens and computer monitors and talk about things that happen in the week in geek. I'm Terry Smith, the host of the show. At the top of the hour, the coming hour, I will be live posing this guy, the Dark Trooper from Mandalorian Season 2. Finally got one. I have, of course, had my hands on this before when we did the first look video of it. It was a good time. Don't know why I waited so long. Sometimes I just procrastinate. How's everybody doing out there today? Happy Turkey Day to my countrymen. Everybody got to feast day before yesterday. At least I did. Do you guys ever do that thing, like at the end of Thanksgiving Day when you're at your family's house and they offer you like leftovers, like a plate of leftovers to take with you, and they're just like, take all you want. Do you want anything? And you're just like, I'm full, man. Why would I want food? and you just walk away and say, no, don't really need any. And then later on when you get home and you're hungry again, you regret it. So I'm doing that. I'm definitely doing that. I wish that I brought home more leftovers. It was good food. It was good times. I always think that I don't like Thanksgiving until it happens. Yeah. So anyway, that's where I'm at. Bronchitis continues to be an issue. It's winding down. I learned a new thing. I did like a little bit of digging and Googling on bronchitis and found out that what causes bronchitis is an inflammation in the airways. And that word inflammation just got me to thinking, well, what takes care of inflammation? Anti-inflammatories, like an anti-inflammatory dose of ibuprofen. And what I've come to find out is that if you take an anti-inflammatory dose of ibuprofen, that is 600 to 800 milligrams of ibuprofen, it cures your symptoms of bronchitis, at least temporarily. So there's your important health tip for the day. Now that we've got that out of the way, let's see. We had a little bit of an issue in pregame where I accidentally put comments to members only, but thankfully Bad Wolf Media reached out to me via text and let me know that I'd made that mistake. I think that I fixed that, so everybody who, even those who are not members, should be able to be commenting. I see a few people that I know are not members who are actually commenting now, so yes, we are good to go. Music feels a little bit loud. Let me know if it's a little too loud, and I will make that adjustment. Until that happens, if that happens, I'm going to go up to the top and say hi to everybody who's here today. Steve 13win 131 for the win, because he's first. I almost spit on my camera. Is here from across the big pond. How's it going, my friend? Get your white gloves ready. Indeed. Way ahead of you. And I'm still not convinced. My hands are plenty sticky free. It's really, really dry in here. I'm not running my humidifier right now, and I haven't had my hands on anything greasy. So, yeah, it should be okay. Maybe be okay. I don't know. We'll see. Who else is here? Terry Smith is here. That's good news. It'd be hard to do a show without that guy. Pierre P from Florida is here. Bitter Troll is here from Tennessee. Good to see you. Finally made some figures kiss on Facebook, in the Facebook group. Got his wish. He knew I was never going to do it. Let's see. Bad Wolf Media is here, of course, obviously. Is blood better than oil on the figures? Isn't how you end up with Chucky Puppet Master? Muppet Pastor? Like a Muppet Preacher? Maybe? Maybe that's all the more reason why we should try it. I don't know. What do you think? Should we go for some dark magic? A dark magic episode? Disco Robot Saturdays here on it. I almost said Toys Will Be Toys. I just can't get rid of the stigma of that. I just can't. It's still there. Chris Kaz is here. What's up, Chris? I don't even know what that one is. What that emoji is. And it's not coming across because hashtag StreamYard. Lane Kramer's here as well. What's going on? Everybody knows we need gloves on this. The word is out. on the Dark Trooper. It's shiny and black and easily fingerprinted. And once you fingerprint it, it's hard to get it as glossy as it was before. That gloss is pretty soft, man. You got to be really careful with these. Judging by the lack of email notifications, I think it's safe to say I did not get anything gifted off my public wish list this year. Yeah. I did that once. Before Sideshow hired me, and I won. I got my gift. It was the Speeder Bike and Scout Trooper premium format figure. Yeah. Huge box showed up at my doorstep one day. I mean, I knew what it was. They actually put brown paper over the label so that you can't see what it is, but I knew what it was. It was pretty obvious. It created a problem though in my marriage. Many collectibles did. And I wound up trading it to a coworker at Sideshow years later in exchange for a 6-skill Scout Trooper and Speeder Bike. Yeah, worked out pretty well. Still have it. Broke it. It's downstairs in pieces. But oh well. Tommy K is here from Canada. Toronto, right? Yeah, you're in Toronto. Of course you are. Your neighbor's also from Toronto, and we all know who that is. Oh, like Steve131 likes my shirt. Yes, that's right. Gotta represent the Expanse today. The Rocinante. Possibly my favorite ship in all of sci-fi cinema history. Possibly. I don't know. I really like those Venator-class Star Destroyers. Still fighting the urge to pick up that Lego USB Venator. It's huge. Like, if I were holding it in my hands right now, I wouldn't be able to fit it on the screen where I am. It's massive. Which means I don't have a place to put it, so why get it? It's legitimately the only reason I haven't bought it yet, because I cannot excuse... I would have to keep it on a shelf in the basement or something. No sense in that. Ren Solentino is here, fantastic artist. Check out his Instagram if you haven't already. Darth Batman is here as well. Thanksgivings are good. I want to say Canadians have their own Thanksgiving, isn't that right? And when is it? Rob Perisho is here. What's up, Rob? CT603, good to have a clone in the house. Love me some clones. This one's for Commander Green. Not literally, you don't get this. You can't have it. You can't have it. AJ Agrusa is here along with his famous beard. Good to see you again. Speaking of Commander Green. Oh wait, no, that's not Commander Green. That is TK421. What's up, Chris? You guys need to come up with a Thanksgiving-like holiday. I know that y'all do Christmas right, but yeah, you need more. Gina B Collecting, also from Canada. The Canadians are representing here en masse. It's been a while, but I'm glad I'm able to catch Terry Stream live again from the top. Excellent, excellent. You beat the opening bell. Congratulations. I guess. Should I be congratulating people for that? Hang on, this camera looks crooked. There. Desmond Hassing is here. That's cool. Hang on. There we go. Well, ship blew up anyway. It's time to upgrade to the N1. Yeah. Just when the gunship has a special place in my heart. It's got the whole Millennium Falcon vibe to it. And I recognize that it's like, all right, motorhome versus race car, right? N1 being the race car, just to be clear, just to clarify. Yeah, that's another one you want to use white gloves on. I never have, but I have frequently had cause to regret it. There's Commander Green. I knew he'd be here somewhere. If I can, there we go. What did you call me? If I can say that there's one positive thing that I've done for the world, it's to take the term poser and turn it into a positive. I will take credit for that. Definitely. Am I missing anybody? Am I skipping over anybody? Figure Posing Channel is here. What's up, Anthony? We haven't chatted in a while. We got to catch up. The problem I've had when I've gotten stuff for free from giveaways or whatever is that my wife isn't sure whether she believes it was free or not. Dude, is that not the truth? Yeah. Yeah, and I've got to be honest, there were a couple of occasions where I gave her cause to believe or not believe. Yeah, let's put it that way. Don't buy the Venator. Thank you. Okay. Just because you said so. I will not. I will not. One of my stated goals with the advent of How to Be a Poser is to help people find the dignity that is inherent in 6-scale figures. And there's a part of me that is just like, I feels like making them kiss like that on screen is doing the exact opposite. So I'll leave that to others to do. You can do it yourself, but you'll never see me do something so ridiculous with my toys. Sorry. Still absolutely love my Midas for my wish list. I'm so grateful for that gift from the Collectibles. Oh, you won that? That's so cool. Mine's in my bedroom, carefully ensconced in a DTOF, sealed behind glass. Had a really grueling physical therapy session yesterday. My neck is feeling grand. Second Monday of October. Oh, you get to have yours first. Okay. That's fine. Don't buy the Lego Venator at full price. You can afford to wait for a sale, and Star Wars USC sets have been placed on sale at times in the last few years. That's a hot tip. That's a hot tip. No glove, no love? I disagree. Oh, that's the absolute truth. I don't see that happening, though. I think that Mando Season 4 is not a thing that's going to happen, at least not in the foreseeable future. But I don't know. I feel like that saga is told. They've had their trilogy, and the further adventures of Din Djarin will take place in movie form, or in other series, showing up as a guest, what have you. Nope, not even that. Not even that. Wow, all caught up. There must not be that many people in the stream today, which is fine. Kenneth Bird is here as well, by the way. I almost put Kenneth Bird in timeout on accident. If that ever happens to anybody, somebody let me know, because it will be on accident. It will only ever be on accident unless you're being an asshole. And I can't see anybody here being assholes. So I feel like we've got a pretty good group. I'm really, really happy about it. Trying to think if I've got anything to talk about. I guess I should have done that before the show went live, but I really don't. Trying to think of what figures went live on. We had a couple of first looks drop. The Bumblebee and Optimus Prime from Rise of the Beasts went live this week. Great figures. I feel like it's almost not even worth saying that about 3-0 and their Transformers anymore. It's just established that when 3-0 does a Transformers figure, it's going to be on point. Yeah, they're really strong. Really, really strong. This is John Galgano's here. What's up, dude? I thought I read somewhere they were working on an outline for Mando Season 4. Maybe they are. Maybe they are. My people I talked to said there was like a toss-up between Mando Season 4 and what was it? Well, Paul's show is still not. Reports have it that Paul's story behind the scenes chit chat has it that Paul's show is not 100% dead. Rangers of the New Republic being that. It's still being considered. It's been shelved, but it's not dead, if that makes any sense. So, who knows? Don't ask Paul about it. He'll say nothing. Trust me. I've tried. He's not talking. This week was quiet in geekdom, but Dave only got himself a promotion, so there's that. That's 100% true. Have you guys ever done that thing where you go to Lucasfilm.com and checked out their leadership? Because they do have a thing where you can do that. That's not what I want. This is what I want. Let's see. Present. Share screen. Boom. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, check it. You can just go check out all this. Like everybody who's anybody at Lucasfilm, and that puts Dave Filoni at number 4 now. Like, there's my buddy Doug Shang. He's not really my buddy. We've never met. He has no idea who I am, but man, I've just loved his work for so long. So it's I'm always happy to see him there doing something. But yeah, these are all the faces behind everything good that's happening in Star Wars right now. Scroll all the way down here to get to John Knoll. just so sad about that. But at least he's still there. He's still a force at Lucasfilm. So yeah, that's something that you can do. Likely Brennan is Mando season 4, so they obviously will include him in that show anyway. That's fair. I think that's probably a fair guess. Grogu is Disney's little green monkey moneymaker, so no way they are done yet. Yeah, I think speculation is all over the map on this, isn't it? And the end result is, I mean, the only thing we know for sure is that we don't know anything. And all we can do is speculate at this point. Yeah. Yeah, it is. I've been very lucky in regards to Sideshow. I hope that luck holds out. Because I would really love to keep doing these first looks. They're a lot of fun. And what are your thoughts on first looks? Seriously, guys. What are your thoughts on first look videos? Are they valuable? What value do you find in the Inside Show's first looks, if any? If you think that there's no point in them, or if there's something else you would prefer to be viewing than a 4 to 6 minute first look video, what do you think? I know that my thing is don't talk about work, and I don't feel like I'm talking about work. I think we're talking about formats on YouTube. Is there anything that could be done differently with the first looks? So if any of you have had thoughts, I'm giving you an opportunity now to share them publicly. Bad Wolf with I know how to fight corporate org charts. That's how I find contacts for band. Oh, okay. That's nice. That's nice. I figured that's what you meant, by the way. So, what do you think? Should we forego just my jibber jabber for the next 30 minutes and just cut right to the thing? And by thing, I do mean this fabulous figure. Might as well unbox it while I'm waiting. We don't have to start posing it until the top of the hour. I don't know. I suspect that there may be some people who actually do tune in at the top of the hour specifically to see the posing segment. They can do both a Mando movie and season 4 now that they are comfortable with Pedro and not doing the physical acting. Oh, Pedro not doing the physical acting. Yeah. Oh, this is fun. Wow. Now, I really feel like this is the way to display Dark Troopers. The figure itself is cool, but there's something about just seeing so many of these guys all in a row that really, really jumps out at you. If you had the space, the real estate to display multiple Dark Troopers, it would be a really impressive display if you could make that happen that way. TK421 is celebrating a 5-month anniversary as a member of this channel. Wow, dude. Time flies when you're on the run, does it not? I love the first look videos. They get my hype levels up. Thanks for your work on them. Thank you. Thank you. It's I enjoy them. It's good to see the figure, and I essentially see them as visual forms of the instructions. Maybe just further elaborate on some of the trickier portions of the figure. Yeah, I think that the design of those is to not actually use them as a substitute for instructions, such as the point of first looks is to illustrate everything that the figure can do. But if we actually took the time to actually show the process of installing certain things, certain accessories, it could really drag out the length of the video. And we do want to keep them as I don't want to say truncated, but as you know, brevity is something that we're definitely after here. We want these things to be as quick and easily digestible as possible. And the instructions always, if you do get the figure, the instructions are there, they're well laid out, and they do demonstrate pretty well just how easy it is to, or the best ways to assemble your figure. I don't know why I'm so inarticulate right now. But yeah, I mean, it's a choice. So we're weighing things. We have to weigh things, like, because the longer that a video goes on YouTube, the less it holds people's attention. And for metrics, when you're talking about YouTube, for metrics, you obviously want people to watch the video in its entirety. So so that's important. So for that reason, we have to keep them as brief as possible, and that means no step-by-step on how to take an arm off and put batteries in the figure and put the arm back in and put the sleeve back down and ignite the lightsaber and all that good stuff. So yeah, we can't do that really. But thank you for yeah, I'm glad you're enjoying them. I love the first looks because it's the closest I get to actually having them myself. Yeah. I do wonder if there's BTS-friendly competition between the creatives to see who gets more likes, but I won't ask. Oh, no. No, I mean, not on my end. I don't know. I can't speak for anybody else, but I'm just like, no, I don't even look at that. Yeah. I do enjoy how quick the first look videos. Are you looking to make them longer? No. No, God, not if I have any say in the matter. I feel like the ones that I make are shorter than the ones that the other team who makes them makes. At least that's been that way in the past. Again, I haven't compared the two at all in months. But the direction is to make them as short as possible. So that until I get told to do it differently, then that's how I'm going to do them. Desmond says that is the way to display Dark Trooper vintage collection figures, doing that with hot toys. Yeah, I guess. I mean, again, if you had the real estate, if you had a massive, massive display room, man cave, what have you, but having like a big-ass Modja case with one shelf of it just lined with Dark Troopers, or Dark Troopers all in a row, heading, you know, leading into the distance with like say, a Moff Gideon figure walking down the middle of them, that could be really, really cool. Or multiple Dark Troopers closing in on the Mandalorian, or closing in on Luke Skywalker, or whatever. That could be a lot of fun. But then I'm thinking photographically right now, and not necessarily for display. I like that the first looks are a clean view of what we're getting, no promo distractions. Mission accomplished. Very cool. Is it really? Yeah. It seems to be unanimous. Bitter Troll's like, stop talking and do the thing. It's getting to the point now where, wait. Feels like there should have been more plastic on this thing. Yeah, that's crazy. Because I'm looking at this right now and like legitimately the only plastic on this figure is on his head. Did I get a return? They do that. They would totally do that to me. There's no fingerprints on it. Crazy. Okay, let's take him out. Gloved up. I need to buy new gloves. My hands have been cold on walks with the dog. I can't find my old ass Eddie Bauer gloves that I used to have. They are gone. He is a menacing looking figure. Look at that shine. Look at that gloss. Look at it. We are looking at it. See, okay, here's the downside is that with these gloves on, I can't do anything with my I really can't do anything with my trackpad. One more reason why I really should have a mouse. Who's this? What's this one say? Most impressive. All right, so we got batteries. And I think I'm going to break the rules, not the rules, but the pattern, the tradition here, and actually put the batteries in the figure. Got a gun-toting hand, I'm going to need that. Got a gun-cradling hand, I may need that. Or will I? Take it out just in case I need it. But if I don't need it, then I am going to need the fist, because I'm not going to leave him all relaxed hand in the pose that I do. And he's got a stand. It's very generic. It's your basic Imperial flagship deck. that's just gonna have to be a whole lot of putting on and taking off of gloves. I enjoyed the first looks. It adds excitement for the piece that I'm waiting for. I love seeing how its moves and posing options. Got to get off the, take off the, I just love when you get that plastic off there, just the shine of that chromed out. Oh, this is that one. Yeah, that's right. The deck, the Starship deck version has this crazy little, there we go. These slots have to be placed into the grooves of the deck and then pushed down. I'm not a fan of these. There we go. Okay. I've broken one or two of those trying to get them together. Oh. See, this happens with this. I don't know if it's by design or what, but I remember when I was doing, I had a problem back then with the magazine. It's friction fit. So it pops right into there, but it doesn't need to be friction fit because the way that it comes off is not in a way that only the magazine separates. It's the magazine and the God, I'm not one who's an expert on components of weapons, but the receiver. I think it's called the receiver, where the magazine goes and feeds the ammunition into the gun. If anybody out there is an expert on weaponry and wants to sound off on that, please let me know. Okay, either in the chats or in the comments. If nobody answers it in the chats. The Magwell. Okay, thank you. My head goes right to Treadwell. You know Treadwell, the droid with all the wheels, little tiny bug eyes up front with a long spindle. Did that make any sense? Hey, look who's here! I wondered if he'd show up. Good morning, peeps. There's a man who has cause to celebrate Thanksgiving in both the North and the South. And by that I mean Canada and the States. I did a cool matchup of him fighting a Terminator hot toy. That's considering they borrowed so much off of Terminator for that bit where he's battling Mando. And that's not a critique. I was legitimately excited by that. Very, very, very cool. I've done something similar in photography with IG-88. Why you gotta play a hate on IG-88? Oh boy, here we go. What's Bitter Troll got to say about this? If I had a Dark Trooper display like that, I would make sure it had one clearly visible fingerprint right in the front. If anyone noticed, I would pretend they were seeing things. No, what do you mean? That's not fingerprint. What are you talking about? Get your eyes checked. Jeez. Okay, so let's... Nervous. I don't want fingerprints on my Dark Trooper. I really don't. There we go. Checking to see if I have a screwdriver, and I probably don't. I typically have one up here, but this is probably going to be one of those days where I come up lacking. Check the drawers. Just gonna put this out there. Should I do an episode of this show where I'm talking the entire time like the Swedish chef? Or will that be insulting to my Norwegian viewers? All one of them. I'm gonna need a smaller bit. Fortunately, I have plenty of bits. There it is. Cool. That one should do. Oh, Beaker? Yeah, Beaker, man. Beaker's the Beaker goes with the scientist though, right? Doctor, what's his name? Oh my god. It's in there tight. This one's a hard one to undo. God damn it. Angry Terry is angry. Here's the thing, is that when you're putting these doors on to the battery compartments of these figures, whether you're in a factory or whether you're a collector at home, you don't need to screw them all the way shut. They don't need to be tight. There's no reason to have them tight. This track's got a serious Bee Gees vibe, which I can totally appreciate. Oh, gloves. Dr. Bunsen Honeydew, that's the one. Uncarded Reviews is here. What's up, dude? Okay, let's see if this works better. The very last thing I want to do is strip this thing. I'm really having to push down on this a lot. I think I've got another flawed battery compartment, guys. What is my deal? Why am I cursed to always get these figures with these flawed battery compartments? Jesus. And this, my friends, is why we don't do batteries on this show. Yay. Okay. Take that. Battery compartment. Take that. Oh, there's 2 battery compartments on this. Son of a biscuit. Okay, well. Fine. It's a good thing I started the posing segment earlier. Are you talking about the bit where I was using the screwdriver to... Yeah. I've been doing this a while. I've been doing this a while today. Alright. Batteries free! Well, not really free. One down. 2. And... all right. We have the glow. Awesome. You know, sometimes when I put these batteries in, I neglect to put the cover back on the battery compartment. And then later on, I'll find a battery compartment cover and I'll just be like, what's that from? Okay. There, you see what I did there? Just tight enough to actually keep it from popping off, which it won't because of that. Wait. What have you done? I'm backwards. There we go. You know what we need? We go wide. to knock this off. And we need the lovable, glorious, fan favorite Apple box. Right? So that I can stand and do this all day. Now, here's the question that I've forgotten the answer to. Where is the other battery compartment? I think it's behind his back plate here. Yes, it is, because I remember I had a devil of a time getting the back plate off of this thing. Oh. Which, there's no reason for that because there's legitimate foam. Like a little piece of stuff right there between the back plate. Yeah, that needs to come out. There we go. That helps. There, see? That is... I'm kind of over here, you can see. That is the bit that's actually protecting the back plate and keeping it from scratching up the actual back. But also gives you just a little bit of right there. Lift. Separation between the back plate and the back itself. So let's see if this bit will do the trick. Yeah. Okay. Carefully, carefully. Hands are a little bit shaky. I had my coffee before the show. That's why you don't see me sipping it right now. I actually got out of bed at a decent hour. I mean, I thought it was a decent hour. Other people might consider it an indecent hour. Sorry, clones. Let's see. What's good for... Here we go. I can use this blade. Just kidding. I'm totally not going to use a Darksaber blade to try to pry open the battery pack here. There we go. Awesome. I almost used my mouth to take off the gloves. Then I had images of my saliva being on my Dark Trooper. That's not a euphemism. Let's see, what am I missing here in the comments? It really does. Yeah, I run into this frequently, even with brand new figures. I mean, like, even with the occasional sample that gets sent for a first look. It's just, these screws are not the most expensive screws on the market, so sometimes the machining may be a little bit off. I almost forgot to post pictures of my Sideshow Magneto figure I unboxed yesterday. Wow, Magento. I'll have to add those to the group today. I was really impressed with the details that showed through the suit. Is that the Magneto 6 scale figure that we did on, the guy and I showed off on our first show we ever did together? Back in the day? That was a good day. You know how much I appreciate, what am I going to call it? Self-deprecating humor. Almost as funny as self-defecating humor. Anyway. Oh, close one. Did you see that? I almost touched the Dark Trooper without proper protection. Alright, there. Oops. I also have to remember that this playlist is only 1 hour long. So I have to cut it off before iTunes starts to play music that I don't have cleared. Oh good, the cough is coming back. There it is. Screwdriver. Go. Let's try that switch. There we go. Awesome little lights. Do not scratch your figure. Do not scratch your figure. Do not scratch your new figure. Okay. The other downside to, there we go. Just so y'all can see it with all the lights on. Go. One thing I forgot to bring in was a piece of white foam core. All right, so we all know we all are familiar with the longevity of the stock batteries that come with these figures. So I'm going to go ahead and turn these off. And I'm going to leave the back plate off while I do the posing segment. Now, I have not even put any consideration into the pose I'm going to do here today. Wrist pegs are tight. Ah, just a typical ball and socket joint. That fits. That tracks. I'm going to take this off. Do it down here in my lap. A little bit more stability that way. There we go. The glove got caught between the wrist peg and the, Oh yeah, I need to clear off the comment. While I'm doing the posing, let's see. 14 Wellington came into the show. Hey, how's it going, dude? Yeah, yeah, I'm always hesitant to preface anything with, for the money we spend, we should be able to. No, don't be that guy. But yeah, I feel like you're right in that regard. It's going to be nice going forward that they're doing this. I would be interested to find out exactly how much extra we're paying for this, because I'm sure that there's an additional cost to it. But fine, I'm willing to pay it in order to leave my stuff on. The exclusive version 2 is a back from grave to front. Oh, was it? That's fun. Wait, exclusive version of what? What did I miss? Oh, the Magneto. Oh, that's great. So you got that extra thing. What was it? The Cerebro thing? Wasn't that what the exclusive was? Pretty sure it was. Wow. Okay, so it's very tempting. It's always going to be tempting just to do the Dark Trooper just holding his gun and stalking towards the viewer or whatever, and that's a very effective pose when done properly. But I want to go a little crazier with this. And do a fist. This fist ain't gonna bump itself. Uh-oh. Lost the gun again. When am I gonna learn? Should always put the gun on last. Seeing a question, but I'm gonna have to wait until I get this hand on. I might have to heat this up. Oh my god. It's really, really tight. Which is, again, good, because, in fact, I'm just going to go ahead and take the glove off. I don't care if I fingerprint this fist. Jesus, it's really, really snug. It does not want to go in there. It's like, no! I don't want to go. Put me back in the tray. The tray is safe. Okay, I've got to retire to the bathroom where I have a hairdryer and do some work. Be right back. Just like Colt 45, it works every time. Okay. So what am I thinking? I'm thinking that something like now I'm kind of wishing I would have left the regular hand on. Oh well. But what I'm thinking is something like the gun forward like this, but his fist back like he's getting ready to drive it into somebody. Fortunately, when the gun fell, the magazine did not fall out. So that's cool. And I think just for effect, I want to have him either stepping onto or stepping off of stepping onto. Left foot forward. Do these things drop? Yeah, they do. All right, awesome. You saw that? The legs, they actually have they do the Iron Man thing. Also, something else to point out is that these pouches, I'm trying to do this in a way that you can see it, but these pouches right here, turn towards the light, they actually elevate. They move up, moving back down, so that when you're lifting this leg, you have a little bit more clearance. That's a really cool design feature. That's kudos to whoever thought that up. I really do appreciate that. That's too high, all right. This one back. And I think that, yes, we have a toe. We can manipulate the toe. So this foot is going to be back and off the base. Excuse me. And I'm going to bring this, twist that down. Give that an extra notch. There we go. Rotate that up. These are cool. Let's listen to that. Very satisfying ratcheted joints on those ankles. Okay, let me see here. I think I want to bend this leg a touch. And then move this forward even more. Wow. Yeah, I'm going to need more of that range of motion than I thought I was to do what I want to do with it. This is one of those situations where I'm going to move this around so maybe you can see it better, but one of those situations where you definitely want to follow my typical advice where when you're manipulating the joints, you do so with your fingers as closely to the point of articulation as possible, so as not to increase the leverage and therefore increase your chances of actually breaking the appendage. And let's see, rotate that, bring that back around, rotate that in just a touch. The gun did not, the magazine did not remain on the magazine did not remain on the rifle when it fell that time, so I'm gonna have to hunt that down. But I think we're getting somewhere. Oh. Far easier than anticipated. The gun goes on last. What are we saying, guys? The gun goes on last. Batteries, if you're gonna test batteries, regular batteries usually last a bit longer, but both will be relatively short for the effort switching them on. Yeah, dude, that's so ugh. Yeah. That's so ugh. But again, whatever. I find that for the day-to-day, no matter what batteries you put into it, obviously you're going to have to turn it off between uses, between the times you're actually showing off your figures. And for me, the hassle of opening compartments and to access switches, or rolling like at the Jedi, moving the sleeves up out of the way so that you can access the switches in case you can't find them just by feeling them through the fabric. It's just so tedious that it's not something that I like to do. So I just usually don't even put the batteries in my figures. Obviously, this is different. So, God, I'm really liking how this looks, by the way. I think I'm done. There we go. Just about. Let's go ahead and get the... Oh, you know what I forgot? Lazy Susan. Boom. There we go. So much better with a Lazy Susan. I would like to get to the point where I don't even, like, I can't bring myself to even work with these without a Lazy Susan, because just having one of these as I'm posing simplifies things so much. I should provide a link to the one that I have. I'm sure that there's probably a person or two out there who would like to know where one could go about getting one of these. I'm gonna wind up gluing this on. I feel like it was meant to be on permanently. I don't feel like the friction fit aspect of this was something that was intended. Yeah. Even with the stand, he's wanting to fall. There we go. Yeah, look at that. I'm failing. Let's see if I can manipulate my trackpad with my elbow. Yes! Definitely not the method for which it was designed, but it'll do. Okay, so I need that there, which means I need to lower this and then compensate with that. Good. So that should help. There we go. Yes! Bring that back. Let's manipulate this a touch. Okay, pop this off. Clumsy Terry is clumsy. Especially when wearing frictionless white cotton gloves. Oh, yeah, dudes. No regrets about buying this figure. None. Did it ever sell out? I haven't. I didn't even check before the show went live. I don't even know if this is still a thing that people can get. I'm not going to push this backplate on all the way because there's just no need for it to go on all the way until you. Is this backwards? It is upside down. Right? Hold on. Yeah. Okay. You know, screw it. Ultimately, everybody just wants to see the pose, right? So here it is. Does this help? I'm gonna go ahead and grab a piece of foam core. And there it is. It looks horrible on that screen. It looks better from this angle. It's the combination of the angle of the camera and the focal length of the lens that I'm using that's making it challenging. But with, yeah, from my perspective, just looking at it right here, this looks totally menacing. And I think some things could be done to make it better. Like maybe if I what if... Okay. There we go. Spin that around. Yeah, possibly that makes it better. Looks less cash. Who else is a member for 5 months? There's got to be a few people now. I can't believe I've had memberships for 5 months now. That's crazy. But I think that's got it. And you could really accentuate it even more, like really lean his torso into the direction that he's headed just a bit more than it actually is, and that would just provide even more of a sense of menace, of pending menace. Like he's really and I may opt to go for that when I finally do the let's see. Not sure exactly what. I think this just pivots. I don't think that there's any like torso crunch or anything like that. But is that the maximum? Crazy that. It's crazy because this actually, moving this higher actually forces the torso to twist. Moving this leg higher, raising it, forces the torso to twist even more to the right. So it's like it wants to do what I'm already doing. And yeah, that's kind of fun for me, actually. The downside is that the more you raise that leg up, the less likely it is to want to rest completely on the base. So that's not going to happen. That's the most that I can hope to get out of it right there. And then try to twist it back. Oh, it does twist back. That's cool. No lean. There we go. Yeah, there's a little bit of torso crunch. I'm in another one of those situations where the more that when I move one of the arms, then the other one moves a little bit too. There it is. And again, it looks so much better in person. The widening, I think I'm at 24 millimeters right now. But let's go ahead and bring it down to, actually, let's go ahead and 50 millimeters is the acknowledged. My concern is if I actually move this off. Yeah, even that's not doing it. It's down to the camera angle. But yeah, it can be done. Oh, and from down below it looks amazing. Which is good because I actually intend to have this guy on a higher shelf where I'll be looking up at it. So let's go ahead and put me back on 24 or 28, which is where I usually like to post things at. Yeah, there's some futzing that's going to happen here. But for the most part, I'm really happy with how this looks. there are limitations that you're going to run into. So I'm not going to be able to make this exactly the way that I visualized it, but that's not such a bad thing because yeah, I could be doing stuff like this all day. So there's no sense in doing it here live and creating all kinds of dead air. So let's see what people are saying here. So this is day one. Yeah, this is the day one club. Look at that. Nice. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you for providing us with music. Thank you for providing us with the wonder that is StreamYard, which especially now, I wouldn't be able to afford without you guys. And if the channel continues to grow, who knows where we're going to go. If it does continue to grow, I do plan on taking any extra cash over and buying figures and using them to host the occasional giveaway. Again, I know that I was giving away some of my Black Series collection earlier on in this channel's history. Not a lot of excitement for that, as it turned out. So I don't know who this is, but MZFR. I'm sorry that I don't understand the reference, but welcome. I think this is the first time I've seen you comment, and thank you for the compliment. John Gargano says it's cool. It's cool. Yeah, that's true. That's 100% accurate. I'm just shocked that these lights are holding up as well as they are. It's like they overheard us saying, yeah, man, these lights don't last for anything, but yeah, they're staying pretty strong. Yeah, that's how that's going up. I know exactly where that's going to go. That's not going in the bedroom. That's going into the living room. It's going to be hanging out by Moff Gideon. And yeah, man, I back it up 100% that unless these things are hardwired, it does create a significant challenge insofar as properly displaying your expensive figures. So I'm really, really glad to see that Hot Toys is moving in that direction, even if we do have to pay another $1 or $2 for the privilege. I'm happy to do so. Especially in a situation of a figure like this, which is not, I should point out, is not USB eliminated, but still, that's a really neat display. I have 2 chromes with my Chrome Death Trooper, and the Chrome Death Trooper is still holding that jukebox, not jukebox, the boom box. It's really, really a stylish display, if I do say so myself. But I mean, I had very little to do with it. It's clearly just the artistry of Hot Toys combined with the artistry of New Wave Toys. So good. That is a valid question, Uber Dog. I would like to know that myself. Do you know the answer to that, and you're just not sharing? Is this a pop quiz, hot shot? Pardon. Watch movies. Heroes are shot from a low angle to make them look more than others. Evil characters shot lower, so they're looming. Is that like a perspective thing, though? And I don't mean like visual perspective. I mean, from the same angle, a different message gets conveyed depending on the motives of the person or the subject. Okay. All right. Is that an MP40? Oh, did you know? I have to look that up. I haven't eyeballed an MP40 in a while. What? Yeah, that's wild. They really bulked it up, though, didn't they? They just added all kinds of elements over the top of it. That's why I didn't recognize it. But it certainly does look right. Yeah. I'll just, I guess it doesn't do anybody any good for me to be the only one looking at this. So let's go ahead and do another screen. Boom. Yeah, boom. So yeah, that is the gun upon which this rifle is based on. On which this rifle is based. Yeah, this one especially, you can see it. But they've definitely added a whole lot of elements over the top. Just bulked it up and made it look more menacing. But yeah, that's really, really kind of cool. And of course, gave it the characteristic magazine on the side look. Okay. Where am I? Boom. There we go. Yeah, that's it. It's the rear. I mean, without looking at the rear, I wouldn't know. I should probably turn these lights off while I'm thinking about it. Nervous. Don't want to fingerprint. My goal was to not... I know myself well enough to know that I lose patience and just leave the gloves off and get them and just say fingerprints be damned. And I just don't... I didn't want to do that today. So that's one of my goals. I just want to stick by that. And I also kind of want to see what this looks like. God, there's lint. It attracts lint like a magnet to iron filings, my friends. It's really, really challenging. Yeah, it really does lose something with the lack of the lights. But that's just the way that the cookie crumbles. I know that there are ways that you can rip out the guts of these things and actually there we go. You can rip out the guts of these things and actually hardwire them yourself. Guys out there making a pretty good living doing that, but all right, let's see. I'm gonna backtrack a little bit and see if I missed any cool comments. I'm sure that I did. Yeah, that's accurate. And usually I display these guys. I show off these guys with another character or something just to give it a little. I've still got the KX droid out. He's on display in the DTOF next to my desk, but he's in a really delicate pair up with the Death Watch Mandalorian figure, where moving him would just totally wreck the display and take a long time. So I hope you guys will forgive me for not wanting to bring out the KX droid. But I'll go get Moff Gideon. Okay, that's probably going to get me flagged, because that is definitely not a song that is on my... I don't think that that's a song that's on my playlist. Definitely not. Okay, so hopefully that doesn't get me flagged. Let's go ahead and start some new music that is approved by the government of YouTube. So yeah, here we go. Here we have Gideon with our Dark Trooper. Let's go ahead and drop that comment. Spin around. Gloves on, gloves off, gloves on, gloves off. Slide it on over. Hopefully nothing gets wrecked. That pose looks really bad from that angle, guys. I'm so sorry. When I do the, I promise that when I do the turnaround video for the members only turnaround video for this figure, it will look significantly better. By the way, I have a few more of those shot in the bag. I just have to edit them into something cohesive, and then we can, wow, dude, that portrait looks really great on Gideon, does it not? Dang. Yeah, that's really cool. It's too bad that that figure didn't fare as well as it should have. Again, I'm going to call out that lightsaber, that dark saber blade, for just being way too long. Way too long by about a fifth. Like it could be 20% shorter and it still might be too long. But wait, what am I linking to? I've already forgotten what I was talking about in terms of a link. Are you talking about a link to a Dark Trooper? Dude, yeah, it's so hard. It's so hard, but I feel like with this figure, it's so necessary. Because I didn't do it with the one for first look, so I got a first-hand look at what it looks like after you get done with a full-on posing session. Just making a full video with 3 poses and testing doing the whole range of motion segment and everything like that with my. And I was washing my hands like crazy that day, and it still fingered printed it up so badly that I was just like, oh. And might also explain why I waited so long to get it, because I just didn't want a figure looking like that. So I highly encourage you to bring some gloves to the table. If it's not cotton gloves, if unlike me you're not allergic to latex, then by all means get yourself some latex gloves. I get that. I totally get that. Yeah, in fact, I did notice the way that the camera picked it up initially when I first turned them on. It was too much. They were totally overexposed. Oh, thanks, Louise. I didn't know you were here. What's up, dude? Yeah, nitrile is something that I think I can use. I've used in the past, but I don't know. I don't know why I haven't picked any of those up. I will tell you right now, they don't light up any brighter. They just stay lit for longer. They didn't change the internal mechanics of them. The internal mechanics that light up the figure, that light up the lightsabers, are still the same. But they do stay lit for as long as you choose to leave them on, and they are LEDs, so they'll last a good long while. How long? We'll find out. Oh, that would be a fun fight. That would be a fun fight. We won't see it in Andor, obviously, because the time periods are different. But still. Oh, the Lazy Susan. Got it. Okay. Let me see. Let me see if I can pull that up. It's going to be a little bit of dead air while I try to track it down. Amazon. I never use Google. There we go. This is some turntable. Oh, there it is. Wow. Is this 10 inches? Mine is 12 inches. My Lazy Susan. Let's see. But let's go ahead and pull out this 10-inch one and see if there's an option to select a 12-inch version. There is not, but this is ridiculously affordable, and it's legitimate. I want to say it's from the same company that gave me mine, so I'll just copy that, come back over here, and provide you guys a link. And then I'll try to remember to put it in the comments. Boom. See if that works. Did that work? Is that an actual link? Oh, wow. No, it turned into 2. That's too bad. All right, so I'm just going to have to put it into the description of the video itself. In fact, I'll just go ahead and do that now. Oh, and I did forget to recognize... It seems I did forget to recognize my... I did forget to recognize the channel members in the description, so I'll get to that here in a bit. In fact, I'm just going to go ahead and do it now while I've got you all here, despite the dead air. There we go. And this also reminds me, don't forget to, if you haven't joined yet, check out the Poser Posse on Facebook. because there's a lot of cool stuff going on there. And it would be very cool to see even more people participate. Okay, so that's done. So after this video is over, or maybe even as soon as, I don't know, now, if you go to the description of the video, then it should, or just recycle it, then you should actually see the link to that Lazy Susan. Because it's a long link, and apparently I couldn't get into a single comment. Okay, that's saved. Good, okay. Back to the video. Hey everyone, I'm back. Okay, good. Oh, does it work fine in the chat? All that effort. Okay. Well, that's just as well. Somebody's gonna see that and want to look for it in the comments. All right, is there anything else I needed to do here today? Miami's Nemesis is here. What's up, dude? Oh, dude, yeah, well, I don't know. That was kind of a no-brainer. In fact, if dire financial straits were to head my way and I had to cancel all but one figure from Ahsoka, I think that Chopper is the one I would keep. Be a close tie with Ahsoka the White. But yeah, I get that. But at no point in time do you see it that long in the show. When no one is wielding it. Even when what's his name? When Paz Vizsla picks it up, it's not that long. What they've done is I demonstrated this last week. Is they kept it the same length or a similar length to the actual lightsaber blades. See that? Is that showing up? No. There we go. So that was the design there. They wanted all the blades to be of a similar length, and they're not. It's at no point in time will you ever see the Darksaber blade being the same length as a lightsaber blade. Never. So, yeah, that was an interesting decision. Nice. TK421 agrees. It's nice. All right, guys. My voice is getting a little scratchy. I do have work to do for Sideshow over the weekend. Don't tell them that. They really wanted me to just take the weekend off, but I'm like, what else am I gonna do? I'm a geek who likes to play with toys. So, and there's some really cool stuff coming around the corner. Keep an eye out. Guys, thank you for joining me today. Thank you everybody for joining me today and talking geeky stuff. Oh, what's this? My posing video for Luke Skywalker was before Dark Troopers. Just washed my hands. Yeah, good for you. I use a lot of lotion on my hands to keep them looking young and supple when I'm hand modeling on my videos. It's important to me. Shut up. Yeah, the face sculpt is great. Look at it, everybody. Look at Gideon. Admire the look of that portrait. Even with just this cheap Best Buy ring light that I use for my yeah, it's great. It's so on point. You can look at that. That's the perfect angle right there. You have something I want. That's so good. I don't give this figure enough appreciation. Show this figure enough appreciation in my collection, and I have him on. He's one of the few figures I actually have on display in my living room. You might say that he leads the experience of anybody walking in. It's so weird though that nobody who walks into my place actually gives a damn about any of this, except for that one time that woman that I hired to do some work here. Actually brought her 4-year-old, 5-year-old son, and then. You've never seen anything until you've seen a 5-year-old boy walk in and see something like this for the first time in his life. It's really, really fun. Almost makes me wish I had kids. Almost. All right, everyone. Again, just making sure that I didn't skip anybody important here, and I probably have. And again, apologies. Power went out. That's lame. Sorry, dude. That sucks. Anyway. So I don't know what I'm going to do next week. I'm all out of figures. And I don't expect that I'll be getting any more figures for the foreseeable future. I might have to dig down into the basement and see what I've got that I've not unboxed. I know that Keith Lee will say, open that Mark IV. I don't know. Maybe. Maybe I'll take a break next week. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, you guys have a good week. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, especially if it's the rest of a 4-day holiday weekend like it is for me. Don't do work, which is what I'm going to do. And I will catch you guys hopefully next week. And until then, be good to your plastic.